Hello, let's sew a dressy and cute romper for Minikane doll. The romper fastens with buttons and is very easy to put on. Pattern link in description. First you need to glue the pattern. Measure the control square. Each side should be equal to 2.5 centimeters. For sewing we need elastic guipure and thin knitted fabric. I prefer 100% cotton. 2 shirt buttons, regular sewing thread, and elastic rubber thread. Cut out 2 front pieces, one of knitted fabric, one of guipure. One back piece of knitted fabric. One detail of the belt made of knitted fabric, and one of guipure. Now you need to mark the back. At a distance of 2 centimeters from the top edge, we put several marks. Retreat another 2 centimeters from the marks received and mark again. From the guipure, cut 4 strips 4.5 centimeters wide and 60 centimeters long. Along the upper edge of each strip, lay a line with the maximum long stitch. There is no need to put bar tacks on the edges of the line. Pull the ends of the thread and make folds. Focusing on the marks, sew the bottom ruffle. From each side edge you need to leave 1 centimeter without ruffle. Sew the second ruffle in the same way, leaving 1 centimeter on each edge. Sew the third ruffle to the upper edge of the part. This time you don't need to retreat from the edges. Now you need to sew a belt. Put a piece of knitted fabric on a piece of guipure. Fold both pieces, hit the sun lengthwise, so that the guipure is outside and the knitted fabric is inside. Wind the elastic thread on the bobbin and insert it into the sewing machine. Top thread with regular sewing thread. Choose a stitch length of 4 millimeters and lay 3 straight stitches along the belt. Sew the belt to the top edge of the back piece. Put on the guipure detail in front of the back with ruffles down and sew the side seams. Make sure that the bottom ruffle does not fall into the seam. In the same position, place a knitted item on the sewn parts. The ruffle part should be between the 2 front parts. Sew side seams and neckline seam. Make cuts. Turn to the front. To process the lines of the holes for the legs with an overlock or a zigzag stitch. Wind the elastic thread around the bobbin again, and thread the regular sewing thread into the sewing machine from above. Lay 2 parallel stitches along each edge of the hole for the legs. Turn inside out and sew the seam of the gusset. It remains only to remove the ends of the lines in the seams. And install buttons. Even more interesting sewing projects in my blog on BOOSTTY. You can find a link to the blog in the description.